We need to return to the Middle East. As the fighting goes on and on, hanging in the balance are the lives of the 200-plus hostages being held by Hamas in Gaza. From our Seth Doane, a closer look.
I will not rest, and I will not sit, and I will not cry until she comes back.
You'll not cry?
I don't want to be weak right now. I want to get her back.
Anat Shoshani's grandmother, 72-year-old Adina Moshe, was one of the more than 220 people taken hostage during the Hamas massacre on October 7th. Shoshani learned when a friend sent her this video.
Probably there were also the people who murdered my grandfather just a few minutes before. You can see like all these people cheering and watching, like it's some kind of like a show, like here we got an old lady
Hostage,
like a Jewish lady, so everyone is cheering. It's hard for me to watch, but I need to watch it. Like, this is the reality. I just have to fight her, no matter what.
Adina and Said David Moshe lived in the now destroyed kibbutz near Oz, about 2 miles from Gaza.
They were together for 53 years. They were in love like they just met.
On their last day together, they'd barricaded themselves in their bomb shelter.
My hero grandfather held the door handle for 3 hours, and the terrorists couldn't open the door. They shot countless gunshots on the door.
Her grandfather was shot multiple times and died in the shelter, while her grandmother was kidnapped through the exploded shelter window. Just down the street, Shoshani's uncle, his wife, and 5 little kids were in their shelter with invaders in the house.
They robbed everything on their way, and they had many time. They sat down. There was like a birthday cake for one of the children. They like opened it up, ate part of the cake. It's ridiculous.
They survived and were able to communicate with the rest of the family. So for a while, Shoshani was optimistic until that clip surfaced the afternoon of the attack. They heard nothing from the government for 3 days.
Someone from the army got in contact with us and officially informed us that she is kidnapped. But since then, nothing. Just complete silence.
Nothing from the government at all?
Nothing.
Is there support for families?
There is support for families that comes from a volunteer community.
Part of this is printing photographs, posters.
Yeah. I realized that this is going to be my mission, so I started to pick up the phone and say, who can help me?
That urgent help came in the form of 4,000 volunteers after David Zalmanovich dreamed up the Hostages and Missing Families Forum. In a country where more than 300,000 soldiers have been called to duty, here citizens are mobilizing, running this headquarters of sorts for the family members of hostages.
Why is civil society doing this and not the government?
First, the government does it, but she does it very slow.
He's using his office space, a once quiet WeWork for lawyers, and his contacts.
I said, for God's sake, what can we do that was not done until now? And it came to me.
Physician Hagai Levine had been working on obesity and smoking issues, but now is focusing on which medications hostages need.
The clock is ticking. Every moment that they don't get their essential drugs and there is no reestablishment of the connection with the families through the Red Cross, their life are in danger.
Daniel Sheck plays a role in diplomatic efforts. Many hostages have dual citizenship.
I used to be ambassador in Paris, but this guy just met the ambassador of Portugal.
And that was a meeting you put together?
Yes.
One of the family members pictured on Roz Matalon's shirt is an Israeli hostage with Portuguese citizenship. 3 are dead. Another, Ellie, is missing.
I pray to God to find Ellie alive. We cannot stop, we cannot sleep, we cannot eat. I'm doing everything I can.
בין אם זה כבר מאותו היום
Psychological services are part of this too. That's where Anat Shoshani, her mother, sister, and a grieving friend were, until being interrupted by yet another incoming rocket alert, sending everyone to a shelter.
the common feeling here,
Being together with other
being
families.
together and like to embrace each other, and we understand each other more than anyone else can understand us.
This group formed from one that had been protesting the right-wing government's judicial reforms, an issue dividing Israelis until this common fight for the hostages. After 23 days, 4 have been freed.
I don't feel personally that this is the first priority of the government.
That the hostages are?
Yeah, I feel the first priority is to just return fight to the Hamas and show them how strong we are.
Israel has ramped up its retaliation, pummeling the fenced-in Gaza Strip with airstrikes, killing more than 7,000 people, according to Hamas, as a humanitarian crisis worsens.
Do you want some revenge?
Actually, no. What do I get from is that what brings my grandfather back to life? No. I don't think it can give me anything. I don't want to spend my life with hate in my heart.
For now, she's overwhelmed by other emotions, which poured out during a silent protest in Tel Aviv Thursday. It's a plea to not forget those held captive, with many worrying about what a ground incursion might mean.
This is so hard to see everyone here and to realize that this is real and all those people are not here and we are. Sometimes it's like hits you.
Earlier when you were talking, you were telling me you try not to cry.
Yeah. But somehow every time I get here and see all these people, that they can feel my pain.
In a region torn apart by decades of divisions, pain is one thing both sides share.